It's Operation Riverside Part 2, I guess. Well, not really, because usually when I talk about parts in this series, it's because I have to split it up because it's so long that I don't feel comfortable with it being one video. So I guess this isn't Part 2 after all, this is Chapter 2. No, that's pretty much the same thing, isn't it? Another couple of words about Battlefield 4. Mind you, this is all based on the... God, I don't know what date is today. Is it the 27th? Is it the 28th? Somewhere around there. I think it's the 28th. Yes, I'm recording this on the 28th. FYI. Wow, that was like the biggest, like, not, what is it called when your brain goes completely blank and you can't think of what you were gonna say, and suddenly thoughts just don't come to you and you're sitting there going, what was even happening? I just had one of those and that was a massive one. Okay, so what have we seen of Battlefield 4 so far? How do I phrase this? Okay, I told you last round about how I understand perfectly fine why the pre-release material is what it is with a single-player campaign and yada yada scripted moments, looks good on camera, here's our shiny new engine. They call it Frostbite 3, the nerve, right? I don't know what I mean by that. But the fact that they're putting so much effort into trying to make everyone care by having these emotional moments with these characters in the trailer, or the gameplay reveal, and also by having all this, you know, all of that, share this with your friends to find out more about crap that's gonna happen in the single player. They're obviously trying to make people care about the characters and the story, and they're putting a lot of effort into that. I don't know, I again don't know who they is. It's probably just a small marketing team, in all honesty, that's focusing on this stuff. I wonder if there's a squad. No, nothing interesting there. What was I talking about? God damn it, I keep doing that. Marketing team. Yes. Am I playing Russian again? Oh yeah, we are, aren't we? No, okay then. You're dead. No, you're not. Oh. Ow! Okay, yes. But, okay. what I was trying to say is, that's a good camo. I like that shade of green. I wonder what that is. I hear walking on the stairs outside of my apartment. That was scary. Oh, that's the guy, but no, it's not. This particular corner reminds me of Strike at Kraken. Like the warehouse between the G and F flags. It reminds me of that area. Can I talk now? Can I talk? Okay. The fact that they're putting someone is putting so much effort into, that's the premium camo too. That's the premium 2 camo, isn't it? Let's change guns. Let's not change guns. Let's switch classes. Let's not do that. Let's do that. Let's go with this. Here's a QB. I don't remember if this is the QBB or the QBU. They all start with the same letters, and there are 3 letters, and they have a number after them. It's kind of hard to remember. I think it's a QBB, and the QBU is a sniper rifle. Not really any point in reloading. I had 40 rounds left, but oh well. Oh boy. Oh god. Okay, so they're putting a lot of effort into the single player on the marketing side. Just that is a sign to me that someone involved with Battlefield 4 has no idea what they're doing. I'm not gonna blame the developers, I'm not saying that the multiplayer is gonna be bad, but someone has no idea that putting that much effort into that aspect goes directly against what most people thought about Battlefield 3. It's like someone didn't do their homework. It's like no one gives a crap about the campaign in this game. Anyone who genuinely enjoy the campaign in this game has no standards and should not enjoy the campaign in this game, unless it's ironic. No offense to anyone who did. I know what it is to enjoy bad things. It's not always bad to enjoy bad things. But like, that was a bad campaign. That was objectively a terrible campaign. And no one cared about it to begin with. And I think that's how they got away with it. It's so abysmal that... Well, this is an interesting room. Can you like blow out one of these? Why don't I find out? I'm playing support. I can find out if any of these walls can be blown up. Let's just find out, out of curiosity. Nope. Indestructible cube. Is this a spawn point? Can you spawn in here? So yeah. Battlefield 4 campaign. Who gives a crap? No one who cares about that game gives a crap about the campaign. No one who's played Battlefield 3 will give a crap about that campaign. Well, some of the battle log comments and the BF4 article suggest otherwise, and I have nothing to say about that, to be completely honest. It's just... I don't know, man. I don't know what to say about that. What gun was I trying to do? I wanted something with a bit more oomph. You know what? I might... No. You know what? I might level this gun up some more. So that's weird regarding Battlefield 4. Watch me use this sniper rifle with iron sights. Because I'm cool like that. Where the hell did that grenade come from? Uh-oh. Damn it. Someone else is nearby. I would switch my MAV and find out, you know, exactly where he is, but that would be a death sentence right now. I think I can still see him on the... Uh-oh, there's someone over there too. Shit. There's one over in that corner, unless he just got shot. But there's someone... He's coming up over the road. There he is. I got flanked. Yeah, okay, so basically what I'm trying to say, and I'm being really long-winded about it, is that everything regarding Battlefield 4 right now could not have made me any less interested in the game. The fact that they're focusing so much and trying to tease about, here are some of the characters you'll get to know in the single-player mode. And here's all the cool set pieces in the campaign. And look, it's Russians versus Americans again. How weird. Isn't that like the 5th game in the series that you do that? Like, couldn't you have... I don't know. I'm not gonna be too skeptical, because again, there is a chance that Battlefield 4 is actually gonna be the proper Battlefield 3. I'm not saying that this game is bad, but, you know, the longer... It's like the thing. I mentioned it in Tribes as well, I think. If I didn't mention it in the Tribes Let's Play, as brief as that was. I might get back to that very briefly at some point. But I should have mentioned it. Okay, it's pretty cool that that thing actually casts a shadow. I like that. That's a cool detail. There's this thing in games where the longer you play a game, the more you can allow yourself to ignore everything that's good with it, and the more the flaws become obvious. Not just because you're exposed to them for so long, but because the better you get at the game, the more important the intrinsic details of the gameplay become to you. It's why, you know, when you start playing a game, you don't think it's imbalanced at all or anything. But then the longer you play, the more it starts to feel like, you know, oh, this gun is actually clearly overpowered. What are you thinking about this class? This item is useless compared to the others. Why would anyone ever use it? Oh no. Those things only become apparent to most people after they've played for a long time. And not just because, again, not just because they become, but that you become used to them enough to look for them, but because... Shit. had a really succinct way of expressing this thing I'm trying to say, but I lost it because people started shooting. Well, it's because the better you get at the game, the more important the details are, because you need to exploit those things. And you know, if an item in an RPG is overpowered, or not necessarily an RPG, but look, a game that has items, is overpowered by 1 point, people will start noticing it, because suddenly you go against people who who hit every single shot. And so the gun that does 1 point more damage per shot, even though you never know it until you're like 100 hours into the game, but once you're only playing against people who hit every shot. Suddenly that item is suddenly really overpowered because they always get the kill with it. It's overpowered, something has to be done. You know, stuff like that. And in that regard, Battlefield 3 is chock full of stuff like that. You know, now that I've spent more than 100 hours playing this game, which is not a lot compared to certain games and certain people, but it is a lot for me. There are very few games I'm willing to sink this amount of time into. And this has been over a very short period of time as well. We're talking over 100 hours in like half a year. Which is pretty constant playing, as far as I'm concerned. You know, not for a hardcore gamer who plays the same game 6 hours every day for a year. But you know, given context, in the grand scheme of things, I've played this game a lot over a very short period of time. And things like that start to become apparent. But what was I talking about again? Oh yeah. No, I forgot. I actually completely forgot what I was talking about. Why I was talking about that. I suspect that had something to do with the line of thinking of, oh, maybe Battlefield 4 is going to be the proper Battlefield 3. I suspect that's where I started. Oh, yeah. I'm struggling to find things to say, that's probably, you know. Well, when push comes to shove, I'm still really curious about all this. I'm still super curious about whether Battlefield 4 is going to be... Ooh, he's got guided missiles, that's interesting. Whether 4 is going to be the good 3, or whether 4 is a reaction to 3. And by that I mean, well, it would be a reaction to 3 in either way, but what I'm trying to say is that there's a chance that that Battlefield 3 did really well. And someone said, let's make another one of those, because that's sold. And we have a lot of assets and stuff already. We can polish stuff up and you know, there's someone like right next to me. Or was. That was weird. I'm scared now. Come on. Oh. Oh, come on. Oh, I wanted to drop my spawn beacon so that I could respawn after I died. Oh well. Oh well, I've mentioned this line of thinking before. I still have two possibilities for Battlefield 4. One is that they recognize that a lot of things in 4, or in Battlefield 3, look at that giant ass shadow this thing has. Is this ship really that is this plane really that big? Or are they like rendering the shadow object closer to the sun to make it look dramatic? Maybe it is this big. Nah. Well, it does fit an IFV inside it. I don't know. Oh, it carries momentum too. That's interesting. This wouldn't be a horrible place for a spawn beacon. Let's just, okay, I apparently cannot put spawn beacons outside of the play area. Jeez, picky game. So yeah, either they looked at Battlefield 3 and said, well, a lot of things went wrong here. Let's make it better next time. And thus Battlefield 4 is going to be an awesome game. Or they looked at Battlefield 4 and said, this is the biggest success we've had since, like, Battlefield 2. Let's make another one like it. In the first case, I'm gonna be a little bit happy, but also gonna feel a little bit miffed because we got the bad game, relatively speaking. In the second case, I'm going to be so depressed because that officially spells the end of the Battlefield franchise as far as I'm concerned. Honestly, it does. I don't have time to sit around and nitpick stuff. So if Battlefield 4 isn't, you know, significantly different than 3, I'm just gonna call it quits. I'm gonna say, yep, that was it as far as Battlefield goes. I'm done now. I wanna blow up the C4. Oh, it disappeared. Because, you know, I'm making it easy on myself. It's not like, I wouldn't say, well, this Battlefield game was bad, but then they made up for it with this other Battlefield game, and then this Battlefield game was bad again, but then they made one that was good. I kind of, I'm not gonna say I avoided Bad Company, but I didn't play it for a number of, for a number of reasons. One being that I recognized that I want to like every Battlefield game that I played, because it's a series that has stayed with me for a long time, and I respect a lot, and has a lot of potential, and yada 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 yada. And Bad Company was different. So I said, well, I'm actually not gonna bother with Bad Company, because it's an offshoot. I'll wait until Battlefield 3, because it was obvious that they were gonna make a Battlefield 3. And then Bad Company 2 happened, and I have even less reason to care about Bad Company, because it was obviously just, oh hey, that one sold, so we made another one. Never mind the fact that Bad Company 2 is in a lot of people's eyes a lot better than Battlefield 3 is. Where do I aim to hit that? Well, yeah, so that's the weird thing here, because then I'm aiming way too high, aren't I? It's right there. It's really weird how easy those are to hit. You wouldn't think that would be an easy thing to do. They're like soccer ball sized. I mean, hitting them with a bullet from like 20 meters away through the iron sights. Well, I guess it's an even bigger achievement to get a headshot on a person who's moving. And that's not super duper hard, is it? I think I could technically get anti-tank mine kills if I were to snipe those mines while those guys were running across them. I think that actually counts. But no bother. So that's the dilemma with Battlefield. Like, I want to say that you know, I want to be faithful to a series. Like Halo. Halo 1 came out, and that was awesome, and I played it. And then Halo 2 came out, and I already knew that, like, I'm gonna buy Halo 2. And then a long time passed, and Halo 3 came out, and I said, oh, I don't know about this, but you know what? I'm gonna buy Halo 3. And that happened. I stayed with that series, and kind of a similar thing happened, actually, where, you know, they kept releasing games. They released Reach, and they released ODST, none of which I actually played. And it wasn't until 4, which this is by a different developer, so it's a different thing. But 4, I went from Halo 3 to Halo 4. And I have no interest in that series anymore because things have changed a lot. I don't even have a functioning 360 anymore. I actually played it on my brother's machine when I was at his place. But it's kind of like that. It's like you develop an affinity for a series, and you want to sort of say that I am a fan. I'm a Battlefield fan. I'm gonna play the Battlefield games. I avoided Bad Company because it wasn't a Battlefield game per se. And then 3 was announced, and I was like, you know what, that's probably gonna be my next one, because I'm bored of 2142 now. Let's go with 3. But now it's like, 3 isn't all that I had hoped for. I'll give it that. I'll be completely honest about that. So if 4 is also not gonna be everything I hoped for, I'm gonna have to pull a Halo and stop caring about the series completely. Maybe it's me, maybe it's my tastes that are changing over time. Maybe it is that the series is changing over time. Maybe it's that everyone else changes over time and the game is changing to compensate for the changing people. I think that's actually what's happening completely. I stay the same, other people change, or well, maybe they stay the same too, but there's more of them than there are of me. And so games are designed around those people and not around me, and then I stop liking a series as it changes to fit the people. So if Battlefield 4 is not what Battlefield 3 was missing, with a lot of new stuff, it's gonna take a lot of stuff to get me interested again, then I'm just gonna say I'm done with Battlefield. And I'll, like, I don't know, I'll save up for Arma 3 or something, I don't know. Completely different game, I know, but it's like, I'm gonna wanna play a first-person multiplayer shooter. But if not Battlefield, then I don't know, what else? I do have friends who are interested in Arma 3, so I don't know, maybe that'll be it. So it's your move, Battlefield. It's up to you now.